uh, the people who die. No, you know what? Liberia, actually. The people who die every day were killed by diseases or by each other, or the people who are killed out of hand. Look, yeah, that's pretty close. Put that guy in black fatigues, and you have one of Sergei's soldiers. By the way, his army is referred to as the Lammergeiers, and a Lammergeier is a specific. I just want to have a look at this because that's what I imagine the beach looking like. Um, and you can kind of see where Vikram thinks, well, if we kill enough people, we can make life better for the other people, and they're going to die already. And he actually quotes the Bhagavad Gita, I don't know if I'm saying that right, um, with reference to people being already, the people he's killing being already dead. Uh, anyway, Lammergeier. Now these are interesting vultures. They're unusual compared to other vultures in the sense that they can eat fresh meat, but they generally don't. What they do is they take bones. They like to eat bones. Um, that's what they live on. And what they do is they take them and they drop them from really high heights to break them, and they learn how to do that, and that's pretty cool. I think I saw that on like a BBC documentary or something. They're very pretty. And yeah, so there we go. So this is not a nickname that Sergei's army gave itself. It's a nickname that the people who live in the cradle gave to them. So it's like, kind of like people they're afraid of them all the time, and you know down to the bones. Like they will take you out of the world completely. They're the last. Uh, and that comes from, this image might come back. One of the things, there's also things that happens that are referred to as a sky burial, which if you have this, you may want to turn away now. Oh, look, there's some full-on skeletonized remains there. I won't zoom in too closely, but what this is that it's a Buddhist tradition, because up in the Himalayas, it is impossible really to dig a grave, and it's also, there's not enough wood because there are no trees in order to bury people. So what they do is they take their dead, and it's somebody who is a non-Buddhist. I don't remember exactly what the rule was behind that, but they let me see if I find one that's not especially. No, it's not going to give me any of that info. They dress the corpse by basically butchering it in such a way that makes it easier. This is from Wikipedia, this is not too graphic. That makes it easier for the vultures to consume it. And they can do it in about 8 hours. Yeah, that's quite graphic. They do it in about 8 hours, and obviously the Lammergeiers are the ones who come last, and they take the bones. And this is something that happens. There are a couple of characters who end up having a sky burial in the upper reaches of the Himalayas. And I don't know, there's something about it was so fascinating, because the Buddhist thinking is that the vultures take the soul and they move it to its next life, and that's, I mean, I like that as a concept. I think about burial methods a lot, and I like that as a concept because it's not very affected. It's just there's not that much that's really done to. It's not like embalming, and like things like that are so, you know, that that are just not this is in its way, it's nature. It's just nature taking back, the human is just meat at the end of the day, and that is something that Rachel um, herself observes after they. What happens in the first episode is that Hudson is given a body to help teach her with, and later when they sky bury it, um, she just kind of goes, well, we're all corpses don't feel pain, and we're just meat in the end. And in a weird way, she seems like that. She's like trying to move on from her despair by accepting that, and Hudson he's just appalled by that. He refuses to accept that, because what they're doing is they're not working on corpses, they're working on how to help people. And so it's kind of like a moment when he sort of realizes he cares what she thinks, um, and vice versa. So, and I liked that it's sort of a moment of anger and a moment of, in a way, grief. But yeah, then later Hudson's body is left in the same graveyard, and it's Vikram standing over him, and it's just rage. But yeah, so when he comes back to, like, I don't know, it's one of those things. It's thematic that I haven't quite figured out how to talk about, except in the sense that if you're going to talk about sort of the larger concept of the time after human dominance on the planet, regardless of what the shape of the planet looks like, whether there's massive, flooding and the elevations, people are forced up the elevations. This is what's going to be left. This is the last of us. It's going to be, these are the guys, these are the vultures, these are the ones who are the best at surviving, and they're the ones who are going to get us, or what's left of us. And you kind of have to respect them, in a sense, because they are powerful survivors, and we think of ourselves as powerful survivors, but the truth is, we're never gonna match up to them. So, just me going off on a rambly tangent here.